I'm not defensive about it.
Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another live stream and your daily Chelsea news update. Yeah, guys, there is plenty going on. It's been a mad day. Mad day, if I don't say so myself. Now, let me just quickly switch links. Chelsea have reportedly made a move for Ivan Toney. Where are the Ivan Toney hive? Stand up right now. Chelsea have potentially made a move for Ivan Toney. Not prepared to meet Brentford's £50 million asking price, but it's still a possibility that the deal could take place. We've also got big breaking news in regards to the Jadon, Sancho, Raheem Sterling swap deal. Chelsea and Manchester United are in talks over the possibility of that deal happening. There's still a lot of obstacles to overcome, but that deal is not dead, and there is a possibility that Jadon Sancho could potentially come to Chelsea. Plus, of course, there's all the latest in the Victor Osimhen saga as well. PSG reportedly out of the race, and they're in the race, then they're out, then they're in. It's like in, out, shake it all about business at the moment with this Osimhen stuff. Apparently, Chelsea's preference is still Osimhen over Toney, but again, it's got to be on Chelsea's terms. So let's wait and see what happens on that front. But there is so much news to dive into in regards to three huge transfers, guys. Three massive transfers. Which will be resolved one way or another in the coming days. But big up to everyone that's already locked in, guys. Make sure you keep smashing that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new round here as well. That would be greatly appreciated. Let's say hello to a few people and then we'll get this show on the road. Please, Chelsea, go get Toney's Premier League proven. It'd be great competition with Jackson. Yeah, I hope so as well. Where's Jackson player of Osimhen comes? Well, there's such a thing as rotation, and there's a lot of games this season. Neto, Felix, Jackson, Madueke. No, we don't. We don't have too many attackers. If Sancho were to come, then absolutely yes, but we don't have too many attackers right now. Well, let's wait and see what happens. Fab said PSG is not going. Look, there's so many conflicting reports on whether PSG are or aren't. The club listened to me, said all along he's a striker we should buy as he's PL proven goal scorer, and there's more to his game as well. Plus, he's better than Osimhen. Well, I don't know if he's better than Osimhen, but it's certainly, I think, it's a better deal for Chelsea. Brother, come on. What do you mean he's finished? How is he well past his prime? He's 28. How is he well past his prime? Can someone please explain that to me? I'm not quite getting that. Come on. Like, well, what do you mean no top four? What, you just think he's going to score absolutely no goals in this team with Palmer, with Madueke, with Neto, with Felix? Come on, people. Like, if you don't like the player, fine, but let's not pretend that, you know, it's a terrible move or it suddenly means we're not going to finish in the top four. Yes, Toney. In my humble opinion, Toney is the only top striker available this summer with the proper experience. Yeah, potentially. But again, we're going to have to wait and see. The Toney stuff is by far from a done deal. Yes, big up. Yeah, 11.5k is going to happen today. I don't even think we're that far away, people. So we're going to make the 11.5k happen today. We're 28 subscribers away from 11.5k. So, guys, make sure you're smashing that subscribe button. Let's get to 11.5k today. That is the target. Yes, big up, brother. What else have we got? But yeah, anyway, let's start with that major news then. You know, we will obviously get to the Sancho and the Sterling stuff as well. But let's start with the news that broke this afternoon. Chelsea have made a move to sign Ivan Toney from Brentford. That was not what I was expecting. You know, I was sat at home eating my lunch and then suddenly, bang. I've been manifesting this, people. I've been wanting this. I've been, you know, dreaming of the Ivan Toney move to Chelsea. And now it looks like there are steps being taken to potentially make it happen. Now, of course, there seems to be sort of a journalist-wide Ivan Toney brief. I'm fully aware of that it's been tweeted out, by a number of journalists, a number of reporters, and it is true that Chelsea are exploring a move for Ivan Toney. Now, of course, for me, it makes sense because it's the finances of the deal are going to be more beneficial to Chelsea. Yes, Brentford want 50 million quid, but if they don't want to lose Toney on a free next summer, then with such little time left in the window, they might not be in a position that they'll be in a position where they have to accept less than 50 million pounds. That's just the reality of the situation for them. So I think Chelsea are in a good position here. Apparently, there are other Premier League clubs that are sniffing about monitoring the situation at this point. And yeah, the interest is definitely there. But as with all Chelsea deals, the finances will dictate whether this one is going to happen or not. Chelsea would have to be prepared. Toney would have to be prepared to fit into the Chelsea wage structure. Now, I think that he personally would do that. I think he personally would fit into there. He's got that deal on the table from Saudi Arabia. He's agreed sort of personal terms with Al Ali. And he could be in a situation where he could earn up to 400 grand per week in Saudi Arabia. Now, there's an agreement on personal terms, 3-year contract thought to be worth around 60 million euros in total, but there's still no fee agreed between Al Ali and Brentford, crucially. So this has given Chelsea and other Premier League clubs an opportunity to come in and make a move. And that is seemingly what they have done. But again, there will be certain circumstances that this deal takes place under. And, Carve Solokol, I think, senior reporter at Sky, has laid out a number of conditions for the deal. Ivan Toney to Chelsea will only happen if the transfer fee and wages are at a reasonable level. They are also working on deals for other targets. Osimhen has not been totally ruled out, but again, the numbers involved would have to be at a reasonable level. And this is the thing here. People thinking that we're suddenly just going to go and splash all these. No, he's not. Toney's wages at Brentford aren't massive at all. They're not massive at all. And this would represent a chance to stay in the Premier League. It would keep his England hopes alive as well, and a chance to continue playing at the highest level. If a genuine offer for Toney comes in from Chelsea and he rejects it to go to Saudi, then that's all you need to know about the guy, that he's purely money driven and isn't interested at playing at the highest level. Now, of course, there are a lot of hurdles to overcome in regards to a potential deal for Ivan Toney still. This is not one that, I'm going to get massively carried away with. I'll allow myself to get a little bit carried away with it because this is the guy that I want. And, I'm hoping that maybe this can potentially happen. But at £50 million, no. Why would he reject 400k a week? Because it's going to play in Saudi Arabia. It's not a very good level, and it would basically end his England opportunities, really, and any chance of potentially going to the World Cup in 2026. And this is a guy that should be playing at the highest level. This is a guy that is a proven Premier League goal scorer. So that is why he would reject 400k a week. Now, if you're purely driven by the money, and yes, it's a life-changing amount of money, there's no doubt about it. If you're not fussed up playing at the top level, then fair enough. Go and take the bag. But Toney's still got a lot to offer. No, Saudi's not a very good level. Let's be real about this. It's not a great level. It's a developing league. And look, it could become something good in the next few years, but we've got to be honest about Saudi Arabia. And the level is not particularly high at this point. It's not particularly high. It's not a decent league. Come on, guys. You know, it's not a great league. Look, I'd like it to develop, and I'd be interested. I like keep a close eye on it, and I'm interested to see how it might develop. But yeah, right now the level's not particularly good. It's not particularly good. Toney scored, yeah, sure. He scored 4 goals in 17 matches when he came back, but you just want to ignore the 20 goals that he scored the season before that, where only Harry Kane and Erling Haaland scored more goals than him in the Premier League. This is a proven goal scorer at Premier League level. Proven goal scorer at Premier League level. There's no doubt about it. If you're a director, will you pay 50 mil fee for a 28-year-old only to be fighting with Jackson? It is an upgrade. I think Toney is an upgrade to Chelsea's centre forward options. He's a much better goal scorer than Jackson. He offers a different profile. Yes, his all-round play might be limited compared to Nicholas Jackson's all-round play, but yeah, he certainly got better all-round play than Jackson sorry, he's certainly a better goal scorer than Jackson, and Jackson could definitely learn a lot from him in that sense. But look, there's still a long way to go before this potentially happens, guys. But it is huge. It is big because it's Chelsea, you know, showing that there is interest in Ivan Toney. And I understand the Ivan Toney links completely. You know, the age would perhaps be a concern for Chelsea. Of course it would be. The age would be a little bit of a concern. But I think for for maybe 2 or 3 years, this really wouldn't be a bad move whatsoever. For 2 or 3 years, this wouldn't be a bad move. Now, Tone, as a Man United fan, would Chelsea fans take Sancho? It's not about whether you take him. We don't need him. We're stacked for options in those areas. We are absolutely stacked for options in those areas. So, for me, like, it's not about whether Sancho's good or not. I would take Sancho if we needed him. Would I take Sancho if it means it's the only way of getting rid of Raheem Sterling? Then, yeah, probably would, but it doesn't make much sense as far as I'm concerned. What else is going on? I think it's to let Napoli and Osimhen know time is ticking. Yeah, and again, it could be like, you know, a bit of a power play in terms of trying to force Osimhen's hand. I absolutely agree on that. It could well be one of those that's, look, if you don't sort of change your demands or show you're serious about joining, we've got other options here and we're going to go and explore them. But I mean, stopping 29, finished Sterling for 24-year-old coming for good season. Sancho must be one of the best. But again, there's so much to go until that happens. But yeah, I'm gonna get into that. But look, Toney absolutely is a proper number 9. You know, more of a traditional old school number 9 in the sense of it. And this for me, I can be on board with it, but I don't think we should be paying £50 million for him. And you know, as reported in the Telegraph, that Brentford want £50 million. Chelsea not prepared to pay £50 million for him. So Brentford want 50 mil for Ivan Toney. The sense is that Chelsea will also want to offer less than that if they do eventually make a bid before Friday's transfer deadline, and will also want Toney to fit into their wage structure. Now, I don't know what Toney's current wages at Brentford are, but I'd be surprised if they were significantly more than 100 grand. I would suspect maybe they'd be less. But if Chelsea could get a deal for maybe a 35, 40 million pounds for Ivan Toney, I think 40 million pounds would be fair game. I think 40 million pounds would be fair game for Ivan Toney, if I'm being perfectly honest. But again, the report suggesting that there's other Premier League clubs that are monitoring the situation and are interested. And, you know, how long, again, we're still waiting for for Al Ali to agree a fee with Brentford. It would be interesting to see what happens once a fee's agreed. Will Toney pull out of the deal, or will he just crack on? These are the questions that we don't know the answers to right now. But it's very clear that Chelsea have got other options. I mean, there is even reports today suggesting that bloody Dominic Calvert-Lewin was someone that was under consideration by Chelsea, which would be which would be crazy, which would be crazy. But this is where we're at, people. This is where we're at right now in regards to this. People, keep smashing that like button. We're 20 likes away now from 100 likes. Over 200 people in the building. Big up to every single person that is locked in right now. Keep smashing that like button and keep subscribing to the channel if you are new around here. We're gonna hit 11.5k today. We need 25 more subscribers, guys. 205 in the building. If you're new around here and you've not smashed that subscribe button, please make sure you do. Let's get this to 11.5k. If you're a new subscriber, guys, let me know in the chat as well. Introduce yourself. It's a great community that's being built here. Everyone is top people. So yeah, let me know if you're a new subscriber around there. Subscribe and keep smashing that like button. Who will take pens for Chelsea if we sign Toney? Well, it'll be Cole Palmer's the penalty taker. That's that. You know, simple as. Yes, big up to Mika _plays. Welcome, brother. Welcome. But yeah, this Toney stuff is crazy. But for me, I'd go for Toney over Osimhen. I think people know that. He's got good link up play, good finishing. He knows the Premier League inside out, and he's a known quantity. He's proven that he can hit 20 Premier League goals a season in a Brentford team. Imagine what he might be able to do with the service and the setup that we've got around him. And he's kind of, you know, at a very good age at 28, where he should be in the prime years of his career. Not many people really like him, which is fair enough. He's not particularly well liked, but then neither are Chelsea. So maybe it's a match made in heaven. Maybe it's a match made in heaven. He's cheaper. He's less of a risk than Osimhen. So it should be a no-brainer, in my opinion. It should be a no-brainer. But again, no official bid has gone in yet, and we're going to have to wait and see kind of how this one pans out, whether it's just a ploy to make Osimhen sort of make his mind up quicker. I don't know. Or maybe it's just a big game of poker, a big game of chess, this, you know, and Napoli, you know, have perhaps put a brief out stating that PSG want Osimhen. And then now there's a Chelsea brief out that said, and they're looking at Toney. You know, is this just one massive game and it's just going to end up with Chelsea and Osimhen at the end of the day? Or are Chelsea genuinely exploring other options? I just don't know how much I believe that Chelsea are moving for Osimhen. I don't know if this just feels like we're playing a bit of a game here with Napoli, and all along the priority is to bring in Victor Osimhen. I don't know. But you know, Ivan Toney, even as an option off the bench, would be a brilliant signing for Chelsea. Yeah, of course, you know, his mobility and stuff perhaps isn't as great as it was maybe a few seasons back, and maybe he wouldn't be, you know, an automatic starter every single week. But you know, he's still got great presence in the penalty box. He's a handful, and he's a clinical finisher. He's a clinical finisher. So again, he would be a slightly more short-term option, but I think it's one that absolutely makes sense. Absolutely makes sense. And he would be another brilliant addition to the attacking quality that we've got. And you know, there's many reasons why Toney would be a decent addition. You know, he's got, as I said, he's tall, he's got his physicality, he's got good area ability. It would be good from set pieces, which would help. And look, I think people very much shoehorn Ivan Toney as like a traditional number 9, which he is to a degree. but he can also drop deep to link up the play if necessary. So that's another underrated part of his game. He does chip in with a few assists also, and as Somali Flame has said here, with Palmer and Neto behind him, or with Felix, or with Nkunku or Madueke, or whoever it might be, that like Ivan Toney could feast in this Chelsea setup. He could absolutely feast in this Chelsea setup. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. Ivan Toney could feast in the Chelsea setup, but it remains to be seen. There's been no official offer yet. No official offer yet. Who can do no 500k a week is way too much. I don't think anyone's having 500k a week. We know it's not going to happen, brother. Let's just hope. Let's just hope and pray. I'll give Toney the number 17 shirt if he joins Chelsea. Who is the current number 17? Is there a 17 at the moment? I don't know. Why don't you stream like you did last year, the collab of yours and Who's Blues News? What do you mean, Chelsea Fan TV? I don't know, because that's not really been the plan this summer. Not really been the plan. Was that already a year ago that I was doing that? Totally disagree. I see Osimhen more important. Let's see. It's all PR. I've been telling this very much realistic option for these owners will be to pie on a free transfer or the geezer from Everton. No, I don't think so, brother. If we end up with Calvert-Lewin, I'll be fuming. Absolutely fuming. Oh, Carney's 17, is he? Well, he's on his bike. Ivan the Great could definitely take that one. What else is there going on? Joey just said give Osimhen. Oh, right. Osimhen is on 246,500 euros per week, and Toney's on 20 grand per. I'd imagine Toney might be on a bit more than 20 grand. But I'm not sure. But yeah, he's definitely not on some extortionate amount of wages. Absolutely isn't on an extortionate amount of wages. That much is absolutely clear. So he would more than fall into the wage structure at Chelsea, even if he was given 100, 120, even dare I say 130 grand a week. That's a huge rise on his wages, and that still fits. That still fits within the structure. Still fits within the structure. So yeah, for me, this is a deal that's definitely worth pursuing, definitely worth pushing to do. But at some point, Chelsea need to make a decision on what they are going to do, because someone else will come in for Toney, or Toney just won't be prepared to wait around, and he'll just accept the Al Ali offer. So I don't know. I don't know quite how this one's going to plan out. I don't quite know what the situation is going to be. But what I can say, guys, is that one way or another, we will absolutely have an answer by in the next 3 or so days as to what situation and what direction Chelsea are going to be heading in regards to a new striker. Now, I'm praying that it's going to be a man like Ivan the Great. That is what I'm hoping for, people. And I think, look, there's no denying that Osimhen is a better player than Ivan Toney. I don't think anyone's trying to say he's not. But what I would say is from a financial perspective, a move for Toney makes more sense. From what he brings to the team, I think it would also make more sense. Leadership, experience, know-how in the Premier League. That all those things are important factors. But whatever happens, I think the arrival of a new striker would definitely mean that he needs to, that Mark Guiu would need to go on loan. And I wouldn't have any issue with Mark Guiu going on loan. No issue whatsoever with that. No issue whatsoever with that at all, if Mark Guiu were to move on loan. And look, I'll be honest, guys. Yes, Toney's my preference. Yes, I would absolutely love it. At the end of the day, I would be happy with either. But my thing is, I do kind of get, I'll be honest, I do kind of get Lukaku vibes about Osimhen. I can't lie. Maybe his attitude, all this stuff with his agent. I sort of feel like Osimhen is a little bit of a Lukaku 2.0 in the waiting. But I could be I could be totally wrong on that, and that could be very unfair of me. That could be very unfair of me to be saying that. But only time's going to tell. But with Osimhen, guys, the situation is as it is. It's going to be one of those where it will be going to the final day of the window, probably, or at least it'll be decided maybe Thursday or Friday. And we're in a situation where we are absolutely in the driving seat, because Osimhen either stays put in Napoli and he's frozen out, or he gets reintegrated and it's revisited again in January, or he goes to Saudi if they come back in with another offer if Toney turns them down, or he just has to reduce his demands and accept a loan move to Chelsea. Maybe he's holding out for PSG. Now, look, we know that Osimhen's main priority is a move to PSG. That's what he wants. That is the move that he wants, and that's what he's got his eyes set on. He wants to join PSG. The terms are agreed with PSG, personal terms. That's not an issue. It's just obviously PSG haven't agreed a fee of Napoli. Maybe they'll come back in with other options. Maybe he's not coming with other options. Yeah, bro. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Like, I get the feeling that he's not actually that up for coming. I don't think he's that keen on joining, personally. That would be my honest view on the situation, is that I don't think Osimhen's actually that keen on joining Chelsea. If he wanted to join, as we were discussing yesterday, he would lower his demands. He would, want to. He would do what it takes to come and play in the Premier League. Oh, we know it's his dream to play in the Premier League. He's got unfinished business in European football and whatnot. Well, brother, you're running out of options. The clock's ticking. There's a potential for you to join Chelsea, follow in, the footsteps of Didier Drogba and other African legends that have played for the football club. So, come on, bro. Like, are you going to lower your demands or not? Or are you just going to rot at Napoli? Or are you just going to go and, go to Saudi Arabia? This is what's this is the problem here. This is the problem here. Yes, big up to the Dearest Devil. Hope you're well, brother. Thank you for the donation. Greatly appreciated, bro. Greatly appreciated. Thank you. Who do you think will be striker, Toney or Osimhen? I actually don't know, to be honest. My prediction is it'll be the most Chelsea thing ever after all this for it actually to turn out to be none of them. Like, that's my potential thoughts on the situation. It could actually end up being neither of them, and we either end up with like a John Duran, or dare I say it, we end up with fucking Calvert-Lewin or something like that. But yeah, we're going to wait and see, guys. We are going to wait and see on this one. I'm not sure how it's going to play out, but there is movement, and this is serious movement with Chelsea and Ivan Toney, and that is what we are, and that is what we're looking at. That is what we're looking at. Yeah, wow. I honestly, like, these next few days, guys, things could be happening all the time. Yeah, no, I agree. We don't want any more mercenaries. No more mercenaries. I fully agree on that, guys. Only time will tell people on what the potential outcome is going to be on this. But as I said, luckily we don't have to wait an awfully long time for this to for us to get an answer on this. But that is the latest news in regards to Chelsea and Ivan Toney. That an approach has been made. No official bid has gone in yet, and we are waiting to see. We're waiting to see what happens. Al Ali personal terms are agreed: 60 million euros over a 3-year contract, which could see him earn around 400 grand a week. But as I said, there's no agreement with Brentford. So Chelsea and perhaps other Premier League teams are sensing an opportunity. to get, a deal for Ivan Toney, which would be below market value. So I think that this has got some legs in my view. Whether it's Chelsea's priority move or not, that's something that I don't know. But what I do know is that there is serious interest from Chelsea in Ivan Toney, and he is someone that is of interest to Chelsea. And this is a good thing, people. This can only be a good thing. But let's wait and see what happens. But moving from one opportunity to another, kind of crazy, but we've got big news on a potential swap deal, which would be mad. There's a lot of things that I didn't have on my sort of transfer window bingo card this summer, but this one is probably the furthest away from any of them. Jadon Sancho is likely to leave Man United. Yet Man United in talks with Juventus and Chelsea for permanent or loan deal. Chelsea would probably need to move a player on. Raheem Sterling most feasible, but a lot must happen for that to materialise. Now, from there, we've then had a report from Mike McGrath, who's the Telegraph's Northern correspondent, saying that Man United opened talks with over Raheem Sterling deal. Talks took place earlier today over a Jadon Sancho swap deal. Now, let me just get this article up and see what details there are. I've really got to be honest with you on this one, people. I don't understand this. I just don't get it. I think they're purely looking at it from, a financial standpoint, and Chelsea are probably thinking, fuck, this might be the only way that we can get rid of Raheem Sterling. It doesn't make sense, does it? It doesn't make sense. This sort of deal. I'm struggling to get my head around it. I'm struggling to get my head around it. Guys, we're 19 subscribers away now from 11.5k. Make sure you keep smashing that subscribe button. It's free. It takes seconds to do so. And guys, we need to get to 200 likes as well. Keep smashing that like button. We're on 126. There's 232 people in the building. So please make sure you run up the likes. Come on, people. Let's get this to 200 likes. There's more than enough people in here. It's free. It takes seconds. And it really, really helps me out. So please do that. And yeah, guys, keep subscribing to the channel as well. We're not far away now from 11.5k. Another 19's required. Let's get there. Let's get there. Run up these subscribers. Let's get it done, people. Come on, guys. Anyway, let me read this article and then I'll get to the chat. Let's have a look what this article is saying about the supposed talks, which took place today, apparently, with Dan Ashworth, the Man United sporting director. Man United have opened talks over a deal for Raheem Sterling, but will only progress in a swap with Jadon Sancho on their terms. It's understood that United sporting director Dan Ashworth was in dialogue with Chelsea earlier on Tuesday over a sensational package that would see the two England forwards move in opposite directions. With Sterling frozen out of the first team squad, United are determined to make his situation at Stamford Bridge work to their advantage by paying no outlay to land the Premier League's third highest scorer among those currently playing in the competition. Chelsea have been expected to pay part of Sterling's wages, more than 300 grand a week at his next club as they look for departure options. Sancho is wanted at Chelsea to add to Maresca's attacking options. Brother, how many attacking options do we need? One other as yet undisclosed European club have been in contention for Sterling. I think that's Juventus. With Telegraph Sport reported last week would train with Chelsea's under... Sterling, who Telegraph Sport reported last week, would train with Chelsea under 21 squad if no deal is suitable before Friday's deadline. Sterling was left out of, yet we know that. Premier League clubs have been approached through intermediaries about the possibility of a deal for Sterling, which is normal practice when a club wants to sell a player. Chelsea have been long-term admirers of Sancho, who was born in London and started in the Watford Academy. He has also been left out of the squads at the start of the season under Erik ten Hag. Yeah, mad. This looks like there's a bit of legs here. Looks like there's some legs here. I would suggest that, yeah, Juventus probably are the favourites because there's simply way less work to be done in order for a move for Jadon Sancho to Juventus. Way less work to be done on that front. I just can't understand why Chelsea would be doing this. I just can't understand why Chelsea would be entertaining this. Like, the Sancho Sterling deal just doesn't make any sense, other than the fact that it would mean that Chelsea get Raheem Sterling's wages off his book. But are Chelsea really gonna be, in a situation where they're prepared to let Raheem Sterling go for absolutely nothing? It's a strange one. But again, Fabrizio adding on his playback stream that Chelsea want to sign Sancho if United take a player. Now, how keen are United on Raheem Sterling? I don't know. Hopefully keen enough to take him off our hands, because Sterling is absolutely not an upgrade on Sancho. Absolutely not an upgrade on Sancho. No way is he. No way is he an upgrade on Sancho. What do you mean? Let's not do this. Let's not do this fake news. Is there an Osimhen bomber? What is going on here? PSG are not working on a deal for Victor Osimhen. That's already been reported by Fabrizio. So I'm not sure what you're going on about there, brother. Dortmund can't afford him. Dortmund cannot afford to re-sign Jadon Sancho. They can't afford to. Yeah, we know that Chelsea are still in for Osimhen. Like that there's no change in that situation. Chelsea have been in for Osimhen for a while. But yeah, in terms of this Sancho Sterling stuff, I'm struggling to get any of it. I don't even think it's a particularly good swap deal. It feels like it's got hallmarks of that Alexis Sanchez Mkhitaryan swap that Arsenal and Man United did a few years back. That's what it feels like right now. That it's that level of swap where, if it does go through, both will probably be fairly shit, and it'll just go down as an absolute shambles. So yeah, mad. I hope that's not the case. But it just feels like there would be that one. Chelsea are mad at it. What the hell is Sancho? I hate this move. Hate it. Fair enough. I don't think Sancho's bang average at all. I really like Jadon Sancho. I think he's a really good footballer. But yeah, as I said, that the move makes no sense, guys. The move makes no sense. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah, the fact that conversations have been held is kind of mad. Yeah, I'm really unsure on this. Really unsure on it. I just don't know. I think a move to Juventus would be better. I think a move to Juventus would suit him better. I think a move to Juventus would be really good for his career. He's not afraid to go abroad. He's already shown that. For me, I would question why Sancho would want to come to Chelsea, other than the fact that he's a London boy. Because where are his opportunities for regular minutes? It's not even like, where are those opportunities for regular minutes? They simply aren't there. They simply aren't there. I don't know where he would be thinking of getting those minutes from on a regular basis at Chelsea. Yes, I know there's plenty of games, but we've already seen Sterling wasn't in the squad. Hasn't been in the last few match day squads. And look at the attacking options we've had. Look at the options we've had. we had Neto, Felix, and Nkunku all on the bench on Sunday against Wolves. Why would we need to then have a Jadon Sancho on there as well to add to our options? It's a baffling one, which is not making too much sense to me, guys. I'm not sure where I don't know where this one's heading, to be honest. Let me see what the Ornstein thing is saying. Let's see if he gives any further details. But I think Chelsea are sort of in a position now where they're thinking, right, okay, we're going to have to get creative here in order to offload Sterling, because there's not going to be any just straight cash buyers for Raheem Sterling, in my view. So they're probably looking at this as a creative opportunity to get rid of Sterling, because we left ourselves with such little time. We're going to need to find out. We're going to have to find alternative ways of moving players on. But let's have a look. Juventus' interest dates back to the January market, while Chelsea's pursuit is more recent but equally credible as an option in the coming days. For Chelsea to proceed with a switch, it would require a player to go in the opposite way, and at present, Raheem Sterling is viewed as the most feasible of the candidates discussed. A lot needs to happen for that possibility to materialise, as Sterling intends to resolve a complicated contractual situation at Chelsea before deciding his next destination. United will also have to ponder whether the prospect makes financial and footballing sense for them. So look, there's a lot of obstacles that need to be overcome before there's any chance of this deal happening. And there's a race against the clock. Mudryk will be sold. Maresca isn't a fan, and he will be moved on either on loan. Bro, he's not going on loan this summer. He's absolutely not going on loan this summer. If you get rid of Sterling, he was an injury prone, you need a replacement, because Neto is injury prone. Mudryk barely offers anything, so left wing becomes weak. I don't know, because I think like Maresca will probably look at playing Felix there. There's options, guys. There's absolutely options. I just don't think we need them. Al Ahly are trying to convince Osimhen to join them, but Chelsea are also working on the deal in a different way. Toney is the Saudi side's backup option. Mad. Toney's a little side piece for Al Ahly. They want their main guy. They want their main guy Osimhen. Let's wait and see. Should we go for Toney, Osimhen or Toney, or Sancho with swaps with Raheem and Chile? Look, for me, we need to be getting Toney in my opinion. Look, if you can get rid of Chilwell and Sterling, which is not going to happen in the same deal, absolutely not going to happen in the same deal. Look, if this means that it's the only way of us being able to get rid of Raheem Sterling, then we take it. Sure, we take it. But I would just question the necessity of why we would need Jadon Sancho. I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? It is interesting. It is interesting, and this is something that Chelsea would consider. Is this swap deal? That there's no denying that Chelsea would consider the swap deal. But I just think there's very little time left to do this, and there's a lot of stuff that needs to be agreed. A lot of stuff that still needs to be agreed, and I just don't know what the situation is. I really don't know. It's gonna be very, very interesting to see how this pans out. There's so many plates being spun right now. Toney, Osimhen, Sterling, Sancho swap. What are we going to do with Ben Chilwell? What about all the other transfer outgoings that we've got to do as well? Yeah, but brother, he's nowhere near the first team picture right now. Yeah, he might be a talent, but he's not near the first team picture at this point in time. He simply isn't. He's simply not near the first team picture. Guys, we're still 15 subscribers away, by the way, from the 11.5k. Keep smashing that like button and keep smashing that subscribe button as well, people. Run it up, run it up. How close are we to the 200 likes? We're not far. 155 at the moment. 155 at the moment. We need 45 more likes. There's still 190 people in the building. Big up to every single person that is still locked in. If you could help me get to 200 likes, that would be greatly appreciated. There's loads of you that haven't pressed it. It's that little thumbs up button under the stream. Just give it a click, guys. It really helps me out. And if you're not subscribed, please click the subscribe button. Let's try and get these 15 subscribers knocked off to that 11.5k. Let's get it done, people. Yep, Chelsea still in for Osimhen. Agreed. Sancho is trouble. We don't need any more drama. I'm not sure if he's trouble, but it's not necessary. I'm saying that if Mudryk can't be sold, then a loan might be the only option on the cards. But either way, Mudryk will be leaving, and it's as simple as that. We'll see. He's playing for his Chelsea career this season, in my opinion, with the arrivals that are coming in 2025. So let's see how he gets on. Yeah, sure, he is, but there's not going to be many opportunities for him in the first team this season. There's a chance that Sancho plays good for us, like when he was the first. Yeah, of course, there might be a chance, sure. The club might consider Jackson's development and give him another chance at number one. The club like Jackson, and look, Jackson will have plenty of opportunities to tear it up this season, and they have plenty of opportunities to play regular minutes. You're saying, why do we need Sancho? It's the same. You say, why do we need Felix? He was good for 10 minutes, brother. Is this what we're doing now? We're justifying a signing because they were good for 10 minutes. I've said many times that I want Joao Felix to prove me wrong. He had a good start against Wolves. Long may that continue, and I hope that it does, because I want to be proven wrong. But you know, I don't know if you're I don't know if you're trolling here, but we can't be basing a signing being good because he was good for 10 minutes. Mad. Really, on that one, that is a madness. Bro, I don't see Newcastle getting to Sassy. I don't see it. But that said, though, if we bring in a true nine, Jackson could become a left wing option. But look, we've got multiple options. We've got multiple options. What else are people saying in the chat on this? Sancho's a Man City product. That's why they want him, and is a left wing option. Yeah, Joe Shields knows Jadon Sancho very well, so maybe you know there's something in it with him potentially. But yeah, I just don't get it. It doesn't make too much. Doesn't make too much sense. I'm just confused by it all. But it would be purely, again, as we said, guys, it's going to purely be like a sort of a financial fair play PSR kind of transfer type thing, and it might be the only way that we're going to be able to get rid of Raheem Sterling. That's where we're at. But part of me would absolutely love it if he ends up at Man United, because that's such a downgrade for them. I don't see what he would be offering at all. But Sterling's open to the Man United switch. He's open to the Man United switch, and let's be honest here. You know, he's been on the decline, guys, for a number of years. He has been on the decline for a number of years. There's no denying that. No denying that whatsoever. He's been on the decline for a number of years. Goldbridge said it very well. Trusting the striker who moves intelligently and doesn't stay offside all the way. Yeah, I hear you. This is another point. You know, Sancho's salary is large as well. Yes, it's not as big as Raheem Sterling's, but Sancho's salary is large, and he as well would not only have to agree to the move, he would also have to agree to taking a pay cut as well. And maybe he doesn't want to fit in with a wage structure. Sure, he'd probably have to take a pay cut at Juventus as well. But I mean, yeah, this is why we love the end of the window, because so many things suddenly appear, and we don't have to wait that long to find the resolutions for them. There's going to be a number of things going on over the course of the next few days, next few hours as well. Truth be told, I don't really think anyone knows what's going to happen. I don't even think that Chelsea know what's going to happen themselves either. Literally, all things seem to be on. All options seem to be possible. All options seem to be possible, but it's anyone's guess as to what is truly going to happen, guys. Anyone's guess as to what's going to happen. But I am looking forward to seeing how this pans out. Right now, sitting here Tuesday evening, I would say it's very unlikely that all the relevant stuff is going to be agreed for this swap deal to go through. Right now, as it stands, that would be my take on it. But again, this is a transfer window. This is Chelsea, and it's going to be a very, very interesting one. A very interesting one. Yeah, I just don't know. This is what happens when it's Chelsea. It's the transfer window. All sorts of things get thrown up. All sorts of things. I would also imagine that. I also think it's like this swap deal shows, it kind of screams desperation. I think it kind of screams desperation from a Chelsea and a United perspective. United want to get rid of Sancho. Chelsea want to get rid of Sterling. I think it's two clubs that are both in a desperate situation that don't really know what to do, and they're going to potentially come together and have a situation where they end up doing a swap deal, which people probably aren't really that happy with. But yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's up in the air, isn't it? We are desperate, though. There's no doubt about it. We're desperate. I think we're more desperate than United on this front. I don't think United would be the end of the world for United if Raheem Sterling ended up staying. Not Raheem Sterling, if Sancho ended up staying. Basically, it's like the Gallagher and Felix thing, both players not wanted by their respective clubs. Yeah, I agree. Romano just said on his live, Al Ahly and Chelsea are the only two clubs who are currently working on Osimhen deal. Both clubs are seeing Toney as a second choice. Fair enough. But the problem is, though, you've got to commit one way or the other. You don't want to like make someone wait in the case of Toney, and then actually he gets fed up of waiting and decides to go elsewhere, and then you get rejected by Osimhen, and then what happens? Or the Osimhen deal doesn't happen. There's gonna be some deadline day madness. But guys, you just deep this for a second, right? Imagine Sterling goes to Man United. He would have played for Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, and Man United. I mean, has anyone done that before? Played for United, City, Liverpool, and Chelsea. Surely he would be the first player. Surely he'd be the first player to do that. I can't think of another player that would have done that. I can't think of another player that would have done that. I really don't know. Yes, big up, brother NX. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Thank you for the support. Yep, just doing my thing. In enjoying the journey, and the support from you guys is as always greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. And on another level as well, guys, just on the Sancho thing, we're looking to reduce the squad size. Why are we just doing a like-for-like replacement? We're looking to reduce the squad size. Now, because Anelka didn't play for Man United. We're looking to reduce the squad size. So why why are we replacing with like for likes? That would be my thoughts on that situation as well. We need to reduce the squad size. Why are we just replacing numbers? Let's not do this. Let's not do this. Let's not do it. I don't get it. Really don't understand it. But maybe it will happen. Maybe it will happen. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, there's so many questions, guys. So many questions, and we haven't got the answer to them. We haven't got the answer to them. No, sure. But all I'm saying is that the deal doesn't really make an awful lot of sense from a Chelsea perspective, because we want to reduce the squad size, and instead we're just replacing it with a player who, yes, is talented, but isn't needed. You know, why do we need another attacking option? Unless it's a striker, we don't need any more attacking options. Madueke will be staying. So yeah, no. The plan is for the plans for Madueke to stay. The plan is for Madueke to stay. So yeah, he won't be going anywhere, and I wouldn't even imagine that any bids would be coming in for him at this late stage in the window either. Guys, we're still 25 likes away from the 200 likes mark. Come on, people, keep smashing the like button. It's free. It takes seconds to do, and I would really appreciate it, people. Let's run it up. There's more than enough of you in here to get this done. More than enough of you in here to get this done. So let's run these likes up, guys. Still 200 in the building. How are we getting on the subscribers front? We're 13 away now. 13 away from 11.5. Come on, guys. Let's get there. Smash that like button. Keep subscribing to the channel as well. Someone let me know when we're at 11.5. It's just 13 subscribers away now. So people, do your job, do your thing. Let's get to work here. Let's get to work. He mudded Wolves. It's now the non-in-new stadium. Fair enough. Non-in-new. Yeah. The deal does make sense because Mudryk gets moved on. No, brother, you're just presuming that Mudryk's going to get moved on. You know, maybe it's planning ahead, and they think maybe next summer Mudryk's going to go. So that's what we're going to look at there potentially. I don't know, but it's a strange one. That's for sure. It absolutely is a strange one. And this is another point as well. Does Sancho actually even want to join Chelsea? You know, you'd have to think about that. Yes, he's a London boy. You know, yes, he's a London boy. But other than that, he'd be looking at it and thinking, right, okay, when are this club going to get back into the Champions League? This is a lot of exciting young talent there. But realistically, how often am I going to play? And that's something that we're not really too sure on right now. That's something we're not too sure on right now, how often he's going to play. I think he'll play. I think he will play a reasonable amount. Sure, I think he'll play a reasonable amount. He's not going to go to Germany because Dortmund can't afford him and Bayern aren't going to go in for him. No, he doesn't really. And this is my point. There's not really a space for him in the squad. Like Mikel's just like, you know, changes his mind about things every day of the week. The problem is I don't think he has to take a 200k a week wage cut. I don't know how much of a wage cut he'd have to take, but he would have to take a wage cut. That is absolutely clear. A wage cut would would 100% be required for Jadon Sancho, to join Chelsea. That would absolutely have to happen. You think Osimhen will join us or Ivan Toney? Bro, I really don't know. I really don't know. I couldn't call at this point in time which one is more likely. I don't know. I don't know which one's going to be more likely. But I'm going to stick my neck out and say Toney, but that's more wishful thinking, I think. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen in that regard, unless you're just going to have left wing options of Mudryk and Neto, right wing options of Madueke and Sancho, and then you have number 10 options of Felix and Nkunku, and Cole Palmer plays more as a number 8. Maybe that's kind of the scenario that we find ourselves in. I'd personally rather have Toney, in my opinion. This is stockpiling at best. Made sense. Yeah, look, if we hadn't have signed Joao Felix, then yeah, this would have made a lot more sense in my view. Would have made a lot more sense the possibility of bringing in Sancho, but with Felix now in the equation, it doesn't seem to make much sense in my view. No, I don't see Disasi ending up at Newcastle. I think they're still pushing for Mark Guehi. So yeah, I think he's a potential option, but yeah, I'm not sure if I see anything materializing on that front sort of this late in the window. I personally don't see that. Well, look, at the end of the day, I'm sure he can play both sides, and yes, it would be another option to have. It's just a question of how necessary is that additional option. And right now, for me, having said I didn't think Felix was that necessary, I can't sit here and say that Sancho is necessary. It's even less necessary. If Toney beats Osimhen, that's on Osimhen's agent or Napoli. They make this deal into a war and peace saga. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, so that's a massive pay cut. That is a massive pay cut for someone who potentially might not actually play that much for the football club. That's a huge pay cut for someone that might not play an awful lot for the club. But again, it might be a lower base salary, but he might have incentives like everyone will to maybe earn more money. As we do better. So he could actually still end up earning close to what he was at United. There's definitely a possibility on that one. Guys, we're 10 subscribers away now. We're making good progress. Let's see if we can get these final 10 subscribers. I'm going to be going for about another 10 minutes or so, people. Let's try and get these final 10, guys. I reckon it's very much doable. We've got 10 subscribers and 10 likes to do. Let's do it, guys. Run it up, run it up. 10 likes, 10 subscribers. Let me know when we're on 11.5 and let me know when we are on the 200 likes, guys. We should be there in the next few minutes. So please, someone in the chat, let me know. I still think that's Sancho's most likely destination. But again, do they need to get rid of Federico Chiesa before someone else can come in? And also, Juventus, I think, want a loan deal, whereas Chelsea, I think it might be a permanency thing, a permanent deal. So that's what we're looking at. That's what we're looking at. That's exactly what we are looking at. But yeah, it's going to be fun to see. It's going to be fun to see how all this pans out. It's going to kick off tomorrow. Yeah, I think tomorrow and Thursday are going to be big days. Big days tomorrow. Tomorrow and Thursday They're going to be big ones, guys. They are going to be big ones tomorrow and Thursday. We might get some more info tonight, but I think we've had quite a lot of information so far today. So I reckon that, yeah, it's going to be, the deadline's on Friday. I think we're going to have a lot of information sort of today. Maybe there might be some more today. We've had a lot of stuff today. I think maybe tomorrow or Thursday is when we're going to get the big stuff. United want him gone, not alone. Yep. The deadline's on Friday. So you got a score prediction for Thursday? 2-0 up on aggregate anyway. Yeah. I think it'll be comfortable. Maybe we sort of win maybe 2 or 3-1 or something. I don't see much of an issue with us on that one. Even if Sancho's on 250k and 80k cut, would still get 170. Yeah, true. He might well do. Nah, bro, we do need a 9. That's the only thing that's really missing from the squad right now is one of those clinical number 9s. That's exactly what we're looking for, and the only thing that is really missing. The only thing that's really missing. No, that isn't true at all. That absolutely isn't the case. Well, I don't think Osimhen and his agent have helped the situation either. But yeah, of course, the release clause situation. Well, Napoli aren't going to get the release clause now. They know they're not getting that release clause. So that's not worked out particularly well for them either. Not worked out particularly well for them at all. It really hasn't worked out well for them in any sense of the situation. They're going to be accepting a much less than they would have wanted, and they're going to get a much worse deal than they thought they would have got in the first place. But at this point in time, I still think anything is on the table. Anything remains a possibility. There's still a chance, by the way, that Trevor Chalobah could stay at the club, but only if Axel Disasi ends up leaving. That's where we're at. That's where we're at right now. That is where we are at right now on that one. Ivan Toney could happen. Maybe Osimhen might happen. Maybe it might be someone else. Right now, there's a load of links out there. There's a load of work to be doing, a load of discussions to be held. And we don't know who it's going to be. And we also don't know what level of outgoings there's going to be either. Guys, we're still 5 likes away from 200. Come on, people. Let's get those final 5 likes chalked off. Final 5 likes. We are very, very close now to the 200 likes target. Let's get there, guys. Come on. Let's get there. And we're still 10 subscribers away from the 11.5. Let's do it. Let's get there. Come on, guys. If you're new around here and you're not subscribed, there must be a few of you out of the 165 that haven't hit that subscribe button. So please do smash that subscribe button. And let's get these final 4 likes chalked off. Final 4 likes. One more like, guys, to 200. And also, let's get these 10 subscribers done, people. It's easy money, this. Easy money. Come on, guys. You won't regret it. You won't regret it. But yeah, we 200 likes. No, we're not. Yeah, we are. We're 200 likes. Big up to everyone. Big up to everyone for smashing that like button. Anyone got any questions in the chat about anything as well? I've obviously rambled on for a while now discussing various options. Has anyone got any questions they want to ask me in the chat, anything Chelsea related, then please do let me know. Please do let me know. And we can go through a little bit of a Q&A for the last few minutes. Also, by the way, guys, the call-in show is going to be returning, and that's going to be on match day evenings. So, it'll be a chance for you guys to call in and share your thoughts on the game. So the first one of those will be on Sunday because I won't be around Thursday night because I'm doing the watch along for Chelsea Fan TV in the studio. So yeah, guys, the call-in show will return this weekend, and it'll be your chance to have a say on the weekend's performance. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I forgot about that. Mike Penders. Yeah, that's not come out of nowhere. We've been waiting for that to be confirmed for a while now. So yeah, no, there's nothing new on that one. But yeah, that's another goalkeeper. Although it's not going to take up an international loan because it's a pre-agreed deal for 2025. How do you see us doing in our first 8 fixtures before Liverpool? I can't even know. I don't even know what all the fixtures are. I know we've got Bournemouth, West Ham, Palace, Brighton's in there somewhere. I think we can do reasonably well. No, because he's third choice, so there's not going to be any place to fight for if he ends up staying. That's my point. You know, there's not going to be any places left to fight. So there's going to have to be an option for. There's going to have to be an option for him as well. Kepa's also gone. Signed a new 1-year contract extension, so he doesn't leave on a free. And he has joined Bournemouth on a straight loan. There is no buy option or obligation to buy included in the deal. Thatcher Fofana, Chelsea's still exploring solutions for him. Washington, I think the same. I think it's the same for all three. We'll get answers very shortly in regards to their futures, guys. Do you think it will be possible to move on Chilwell? Yeah, I hope so, but that is a worry. There seems to be hardly any suitors whatsoever for Ben Chilwell. There's not really been any links with a move anywhere other than a loose link to Man United earlier in the summer. Apparently, someone told me that AFCON was moving to the summer. I've not fact checked that or know if it's true or not. But apparently AFCON's moved to the summer, in which case it has, and it wouldn't be a problem. The bench, probably, in all honesty, although he could play in one of the sort of inside forward positions. You know, that's the thing. If Sancho, what we got going on here, if Sancho comes in, I think that means Mudryk is off on his bike. I don't think he'll go this window. I suspect that Chelsea will keep Mudryk this season. But if he doesn't sort of show signs of improvement, then yeah, I think he'll be gone. He could well be one that gets looked to be moved on in the summer. But look, guys, I think we need to sort of rein it in on Jadon Sancho potentially coming. We're a long, long way away from that happening, and I would still rate that as a highly unlikely deal to happen. A highly unlikely deal to happen at this point. They wait until deadline and then loan them to Strasbourg. Well, there's only one Strasbourg loan left. So I don't know who's going to get it, but there's one Strasbourg loan remaining, people. One remaining. Would I start? Yeah, I think Felix should start on Thursday. Yep. I would also start Vega on Thursday as well. In February, it was reported to have reached an agreement in principle to stage a tournament between July. Oh, yeah, there we go. Do you think we'll be busy in the market on Friday? No, maybe not. I don't know, is the honest answer. Oh, is this some sort of big news? Oh yeah, it's just an Osimhen update. Just an Osimhen update. Let's bring that up quickly anyway. Could be a good point to round out on. So according to Fabrizio, understand Chelsea and Al Ahly remain the two clubs in active talks for Osimhen. Al Ahly still trying to convince Osimhen after agreement on €65 million package with Napoli. Chelsea is still attentive. Contacts are ongoing. Separate story from Sancho. No bid from PSG. Let's wait and see, guys. Let's wait and see. Imagine after all this, right, Osimhen just ends up going to the Saudi Pro League. Would be a monumental waste, wouldn't it? A monumental waste. But you know, each to their own, really, isn't it? It's each to their own on these sorts of situations, isn't it? Really, each to their own. Al Ettifaq advanced talks to sign Harvey Vale. Let's wait and see what happens on that one. You know, that's definitely something that's being pushed by Steven Gerrard. No doubt about it. As a 20-year-old, would you go to Saudi and secure the bag? Maybe you would for a couple of years. you're young enough to, you know, get a move back to Europe and go and play for some top teams potentially. So maybe that might be something good for Harvey Vale. Maybe it might be something good. It would also be a pure profit sale, wouldn't it? Yeah, interesting. But yeah, as you said, Chelsea and Al Ahly are the only ones in negotiations for Osimhen as it stands right now. Let's wait and see what happens. Let's wait and see what happens. You can guarantee that the Saudi side will be doing everything they possibly can in an attempt to move Osimhen, in an attempt to get Osimhen to agree to a deal. We know they're going to be doing everything possible. Everything possible. That's what they're going to be looking to do. So yeah, we will wait and see on that one, guys. We will absolutely wait and see. But yeah, I don't know what I don't know what's going to happen, but we will find out shortly. Saudi Arabia is a retirement place. Yep. Do you think the Prem will have to change FFP rules so they don't end up? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Saudi aren't paying huge transfer fees this summer. They aren't. Maybe he is. Maybe he is. I don't know. But guys, I'm going to round this one out here. Big up to everyone that's tuned in this afternoon. Really appreciate all the love and the support as always. Guys, I'll be back tomorrow with another live stream. Same time, 4 p.m. UK time. Let's see what the next 24 hours has got in store for us. It's bound to be crazy as it always is. Again, I'm working again tonight. So if there's any major breaking news, then I won't be able to go live, but I'll try and record like a quick sort of 10-minute video if anything major breaks. But guys, if not, I will catch you lot again tomorrow. Love for the support as always, people. It's greatly appreciated. It means a lot. Please smash that like button on the way up, on the way out. And please subscribe to the channel if you're new round here on your way out. That would be greatly appreciated. We're chasing the final 10 subscribers to 11.5k. If you're new round here and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button on the way out. Smash the likes. Love for the support. Catch you lot tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Up the Chelsea and peace out.